You got this shit knocking low.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Chase Carter Concept Podcast for Tuesday, November 8th. This is not a video game podcast. I have a video game podcast, but the Halo Infinite Winter Update with all of the features that were supposed to be in the game originally comes out today. Big news. Midterms, elections, things that actually affect your daily lives. That doesn't matter. What matters is Halo Infinite, the early access game that it was. It has finally released with all of the features besides local co-op. Granted, nobody plays sitting together at a couch anymore. Hardly. Very few people. Not that many. I looked at the numbers. Not that many. I said, "Wow, look how low the numbers are." But excited about that. I want to see Forge. I like editing maps and whatnot. So I won't be doing that when it first released because God knows there'll be problems. God knows there will be. But that's enough video game news for me. What have I been doing lately? Hurt my back. So the last three days, nothing. And guess how I hurt my back? Not doing anything. I went to the gym. I don't lift heavy. I had a leg day. Did just normal way. Didn't stress or strain. Just had a nice workout. Nothing. I get home. I'm fine. I go to sleep. I wake up. My lower back is locked up. So excited. Praise be. Praise the Lord Jesus. And then, so I'm like, hey, I'm not going to move for 3 days. I'm having to fidget. I'm having to always kind of just move. It's my lower back. It's getting better. And then right as my lower back is getting better, I'm going to the bathroom and oh, my neck hurts now. I turn because my wife, she wants the toilet paper right here, and I have to turn all the way around. I have to turn all the way around to get to the toilet paper. I like to have it just sitting on the bathtub right by the toilet. Right by the toilet. It's right here. I can just tink. And no. It can't be easy. It can't be easy. It can't be where, your hand just goes. It has to be all the way back around to your left. You basically have to be that chick in The Exorcist and turn all the way around. And I don't. So I turn. I'm like, where's the toilet paper? And I looked, and as soon as I looked to my left, had some shooting pain in my neck. No reason, but it's fine. I'm fine. It's getting better. I bought one of those little neck cranks where you hang kind of and you pull on the neck. I got electrodes, placing them on my neck. Right. I had a pain when I was in the military. I was in the shower. Tell me about the pain in the shower. And that whole neck and upper back just locked, and I dropped to my knees. It was that same area, but not as severe. It was insane. I was just taking a shower. I just whipped my head up, washing the shampoo off my hair. And I just looked up. I had this click, and I was everything tightened up, and I just dropped. Well, that's what stress will do to you. Wasn't stressed out. You don't acknowledge that you weren't stressed. It's like I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so lower back, neck's getting better. So maybe tomorrow I'll try maybe going out for a walk. Was thinking about it today, and it's a little raining and sprinkling, so not a good day for a walk. Oh, and so things are going okay with my wife. We are getting into these small little fights for absolutely no reason, and it's fantastic. She says, "Oh, I just want to go out." So I take her. I'm not happy because we're not going out and doing things. We go out and do things. She's still causing fights for no reason. Her and her friend wanted to go out one night, and they asked me, "Hey, would you watch the dog? We'll give you $20 to watch the dogs while we go out." And I'm like, yeah, no problem. I was going to do it for free, but if you're going to offer $20, no problem. And then I'm going to take that $20. And the next day I took my wife out to In-N-Out because she seemed stressed coming home. She had her soccer game. I'm like, hey, we don't need to cook. We don't need to wash dishes. Let's go to the In-N-Out. We haven't been to In-N-Out in a while. So I took the $20 and I bought her some In-N-Out. And then she offered to play a video game, No Man's Sky, with me. She's like, hey, we haven't played one of your games in a while. What game do you want to play together? And I'm like, hey, No Man's Sky. And I didn't even mention No Man's Sky. She chose No Man's Sky. That's a very important part of the story. She chose it. I didn't. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we're going to come home. And I know she has to get her daily fix of Halo. She has to get it. Otherwise, she tweaks out and she becomes like a gremlin. I understand. So before we went to In-N-Out, I said, hey, do you want to play a little bit of Halo Infinite to get your Halo fix? She's all, no, I just want to lay down and cuddle with you. I just want to cuddle for a little bit and watch a show or something. So she wants to watch her show, which is a show I'm not interested in. And so she watches her show and she's cuddling with me. I'm watching my show. What show did I watch? I was watching, Night Hunter. I don't want to talk about that. Night Hunter with Henry Cavill. Good movie. Really enjoyed it. And what was it? Alexandria Daddario. And Minka Kelly. Surprise guest appearance by Minka Kelly. Why isn't she in more movies as a main? She would be an amazing. She was the ex-wife of Henry Cavill in this, but I don't know why she's not in more movies. Anyways, high school college crush. Well, not. I'll just say college. I think I was in college when Friday Night Lights came out. Yeah, she needs to be in way more movies. Anyway, so backpedal up to my wife. Let's backpedal. So she's like, hey, let's go. Oh, yeah. So I offered to play Halo. I'm all over the place. I offered to play Halo Infinite. She's like, no, let's cuddle. We cuddle, watch it, whatever. Hey, let's go to In-N-Out. Okay, we come back. We're supposed to play No Man's Sky. She goes, hey, would you play Halo doubles with me? Instead, I don't want to play No Man's Sky. It doesn't benefit me, she said. That was her words. It doesn't benefit me. I'm like, we're just watching a movie really doesn't benefit you. Playing video games doesn't benefit you. Like, what are you talking about? She said, I want to practice Halo. I was like, that's what I said when you wanted to cuddle. I didn't even ask to play No Man's Sky. But now it's like you're changing everything to be this selfish, all about me, all about her, mentality. And I'm losing my mind. I'm just like, I didn't make the plans. I treat you, I take you out. I watch the dog so you can go out the day before with your friend because they went to like a Friendsgiving thing. I couldn't go because my back, right? I'm going to be in a bad mood. Just going to be in a bad mood. Don't want to ruin it. Want her to have fun. She's going to have more fun with her girlfriend. So I sacrifice, right? And it's like, oh, you got paid $20 to watch the dog. No, I didn't. I took her out after that. So this is all for her. Two days completely for her. And then at the end of the day, I get shit as if I'm making her play this game. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that big of a deal. This is not that big of a deal. But if I said, hey, honey, what movie would you like to go to? She picked a movie. Okay, would you want to go? I know you like this actor. Let's go see this movie. I know you like Henry Cavill. Okay, let's go see it. And then as we walk up to the ticket purchasing counter, I say, you know what? No, we're going to go see whatever. We're going to go see a different movie. We're going to go see Black Adam with The Rock. Or she might actually enjoy that movie. But we're going to see a movie that I know you don't like. We're going to go see Good Will Hunting, a movie where they talk the whole time and nothing happens. She needs action. She needs things thrown in her face, thrown at her face for her to even remotely pay attention. So, which I don't understand because she likes those silly, like comedic, romantic drama. It's so weird. Anyway, what gets her attention span? Like Top Gun, she was awake the whole time she was going, and then other movies she falls asleep, and it's all action, but it's just kind of dumb action. And she's falling asleep in movie theaters. Yet if a laptop charging light is on in the room, she can't sleep. So anyways, she contradicts herself. Like making the plans to play No Man's Sky. I'm like, I'm not asking you to play this game, lady. Oh, maybe like once every 2 weeks. Like the last time we played it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I'm like, I'm not asking you to play this game. But before you come home, you want to play the new Sea of Thieves update, the new content. So you say, hey, do you want to play Sea of Thieves when I get home? And I'm like, sure. I wasn't planning on it, but sure, you want to play it. We have fun playing the game together. No problem. So I make all of these quote unquote sacrifices for her. And then when she makes a plan to play a game with me, and I don't play that game by myself, by the way. That's strictly a game that is a fun co-op exploration game we can play together and be silly. She can stream with her friends and be like, oh, what's this? Look at this weird creature. She had fun playing the game. So I'm not forcing her to play a scary game where she's, terrified the entire time, because in her brain, she's in the actual video game and gets scared out of her mind. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. But she's just starting these little... And then I said, you know what? I'm not playing anything with you. I'm done for today. I'm going to play... I've been playing a different game. So I washed my hands of it. I quit. I'm not... Go play Halo. I'm not playing with you today. The winter update's going to come out anyway in a couple days. I'll be playing that for a little while. Test it out. See if I like it. Probably won't, because they ruin Halo. The gameplay, fantastic. But all of the things that keep you playing, like the armor, this is becoming a video game podcast. I don't want it to become a video game podcast. I have a video game podcast. I just can't. I'm in the small fight category of relationships, in the small fight category. I'm at my wit's end over here. I can't even. I'm at the limit. Everything over here, the serious stuff, it's fine. Bills, all that stuff is fine. Over here, small hangout thing. And then she asked, what if we do a date night first it was once a month. Let's go out to a nice place. So she's getting her way in a lot of things. I'm like, I don't want to go out to a super expensive place for no reason. I haven't spent time. Fine. Once a month. Fine. Once a month, we go out to a really nice place. Costs $50, $60 a plate. It's really good, but some of the places are really good. But that's besides the point. Okay, I'm a frugal person. I don't like to spend money on things I don't need, or that don't, I would have just as much fun eating at home and then just going out for a drink or two, going to UFC or to watch soccer, anything. Well, I don't even like soccer, but I'll go watch it, hang out with her, spend time with her. It's fine. And then now we're going to have a date night once a week now. And we already went out. Now she has her friends. She goes out multiple times a week with her friends. She has soccer. So I don't know where this is going to fit in. I don't know where this date night is going to fit in. Now date night can be stay at home, watch a movie, whatever. Ever since Game of Thrones went away. And Lord of the Rings, which they shouldn't have had on in the same time frame. After Lord of the Rings, or after Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is way bigger. After Game of Thrones, then Lord of the Rings should have hit. And then we would have got our fantasy fix, the whole time. But I just don't understand. I don't get the her making the plans and then her changing the plans at the last minute to do whatever she wanted to do in that very moment. And I have to be there and coddle her and support and just be, oh no, that's fine. You can do, you know what? You can do whatever you want for absolutely no reason. There's no rules. There's no rules to this. Whatever we do is going to be what you want to do. And then she said, well, you get to pick. So 1 week she gets to pick the date night thing. And what do you think she's going to pick? Some super nice restaurant. So now it's 2 nights a week that we have to go to a certain, and to balance that out, I got to pick a stay-at-home thing to do, which I know is what it's going to come down to. She's like, well, I just want to go. Do you want to go to this one really nice restaurant? No, the restaurant's nice. Yes, they're nice. Do I feel extremely uncomfortable eating at these places? Yes, I do. This doesn't seem, I'm an Applebee's, Red Robin kind of person. Okay? I don't want, let's go to In-N-Out, okay, $12, $11, and then there's an Applebee's right next to it. Let's go grab some Modelo's, okay? Maybe some Dos Equis, and then watch a game. That's $20, $30. We're good. It's happy hour, like from noon to midnight or whatever it is at Applebee's. So we all just relax. Now, did I just crap my pants when I got home from Applebee's? I sure did. Did I have a chicken quesadilla, just cheese and chicken only? Was it really good? Yes. Did I almost crap my pants when I came home? Yes, I did. I had to fart right before. Like, it hurt. It hurt really bad. Had to the unbutton, the top button of your pants, putting the key in the door. Thought I had to fart, and I'm like, oh, let me release some pressure. And then I thought better of the idea, and I'm like, wait a minute, I shouldn't do that. I don't think this is a controllable situation that I'm in right now. It's a little chaotic at the moment. So I didn't. Wanted to, when it's about to go, and I barely got in there. One of the ones where you had to clean like up underneath the bowl. Oh, so bad. Anyways, my back. But I just don't know what to do with her. I'm at a loss. It is not very. I don't know. It's not an easy situation to fix the small little problems, and then I don't want the little problems to become the big problems because I care about her. I want to, I want her to be happy, have a good time. I'm always the one, going to think like once every couple months, I'll go to like a stand-up show, and then, I'll buy 2 tickets. She can come, no problem. She doesn't really listen to, as much as I do, but that's what I like to do, and go to a movie every now and then. I don't like to go see all of the movies. I don't want to. We have, Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff. Wait till they come out there and watch them from home. Now the big theatrical CGI. I went and saw Black Adam. I think I talked about it. Yeah, pretty sure I talked about it in the last episode. Enjoyed it. It was good. But those are the kind of movies you want to see the CG, big cutscenes, big action scenes, and just I'm in video game mode with cutscenes. But it was really good. And then let's see about the news. But I just hope these little problems don't become big problems, and I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to make sure that these don't actually become issues. Oh, and so I'm a big basketball fan. And lately, Kyrie Irving, I think I talked about it in the last episode. I'm not too sure. I don't know why it's a lot of people that are acting like how racist white people used to act. They're like, if you have a belief that discredits someone else's belief, that can be considered hate speech or problematic or racist, whatever. So if you think you're the chosen people, that's what Kyrie said. I'm the true chosen people. So if you say you're the true chosen people, you're saying that the other people are not what they say they are, that they're liars, that they're there's a conspiracy, there's a what I can't think of the right word, a plot or whatever to cover up the truth, whatever. That sounds like a lot of the white nationalists, pure, everyone else is less than, kind of dirty, filthy, not real. They're controlling things, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing right now? anytime I hear a person say we're the chosen people, I'm like, whoa, whatever. Now black people are doing it about being a being Jew. And I'm like, what are you doing? Hey, Kanye, kind of go, whoa. Stop saying you're the chosen. Stop. That doesn't lead down a good road. Whenever you're the chosen, no. LeBron James has chosen one on his back. That's so douchey. And he's not even talking about like his people. Which, by the way, you don't you have a group of people. Stop referring to your group as better than any other group. Steph, you are not. No one is the chosen one. And by the way, the whole religious thing could be all made up. It might not be real, right? And you, as a person of faith and knowledge, have to at least acknowledge that. So when you're talking down to these people and saying these people aren't legitimate, but I am and my people are, you can't do that. You have to, in the back of your head, be like, oh wait, all of this might be BS. All of this might not be real. I believe it's real. I believe it's true, and that's fine. And all these people, he got in trouble for expressing his opinion. Okay, so if his opinion is that Jews covered up and stole all this history from black people, and that they're not really the chosen people, and you are, they're liars. They're all liars, and they're controlling things behind the scenes, and they're all manipulating things. That's how things got out of control in a place called Germany. You can't discredit a person and then at the same time lift yourself up, because if it's like, hey, all the bad stuff that happened to you, it's these people's fault. That's a problem. You can't do that. It's not like Donald Sterling lost the LA Clippers. And he said, I don't want you taking pictures with black guys. That's what he said. He didn't say black people are inferior. He didn't say black people are less than. He said it basically makes him jealous. He's like, stop taking pictures with all these black guys. He's like, I don't care if you have sex with them. I don't care if you hang out with them. Just don't take pictures with them. And he lost his team. And you're saying that the Jews are lying and controlling. That's what you're saying. That when you endorse that movie, that's what you're saying. That there's a big conspiracy with Jews controlling everything, and that they're trying to control black culture and black media and all of this stuff. So Donald Sterling says, I don't care what kind of relationship you have with him. He loses his $1 billion company. So that happens to a white person. That's fine. You don't play, you take off your jerseys. That's just maybe his belief. But you're saying about the Jews, they control everything. They're out to get us. They're after. No. What? No, you can't say these things. They're both dumb and stupid. And like, oh, he lost his Nike deal. They suspended him. How can they suspend someone for saying your beliefs? Because if your beliefs are stupid, people don't have the right to disassociate themselves with you. This is what, I thought this was America. This is what racist white people are saying. I thought this was America. Freedom of speech. I get to say whatever. No, you don't. No. You don't get arrested. You don't get arrested. That's what that means. So if things are socially unacceptable here in America, and you say something that's against that, the companies that deal with you have the right to disassociate themselves with you. It's very simple. And I see a lot of my black friends, one or two, I wouldn't say a lot, are on Kyrie Irving's side here. And not with what he's saying, but just as he shouldn't lose what he's losing. And I'm sitting there. If a white person gets drunk and then like the what's his name? I can't remember. I don't care. I don't listen to country music that much. But the only country music I listen to is Colter Wall, because it sounds awesome. And I heard it on it was a Joe Rogan Experience or Yellowstone. Can't remember. Anyway, it's insane that if a white person says anything that could be construed as racist, they lose everything. Everything. But Kyrie Irving is still employed in the NBA. Anything. If a white person said the chosen one or the chosen people, we're like, whoa. We've heard that before. That goes bad. Get it. No, get out of here. That's fine. That's fine. Get rid of them. Any kind of person that believes that they're better than anybody else, especially when it has to do with just like maybe not if you're better, because all these NBA players think they're better at basketball or whatever, but they just think that they're a higher quality of person. They think others are less than. Get them out of there. And when Kyrie's skirting around, it's just like when Donald Trump wouldn't like these white supremacist group, I can't remember the details, were supporters of him. And so the left-wing media was like, hey, that's kind of weird. Why would they support? And like, if a white supremacist group is supporting you, you have to be like, what am I doing that's, what am I saying that's getting them all riled up? Like, hardly anything a person says white, like a racist group should identify with. So you're like, whoa, what am I saying exactly? And so this group was supporting him. And then so the media members asked Donald Trump, do you support this group or whatever? Can you disavow this group? And at first he kind of skirted around it, just like Kyrie Irving skirted around the anti-Semitic thing. And it's a stubbornness issue. It's I know what you want me to say, and I'm not going to be your puppet. I'm not going to let you control me. But it's not that. It's just that the people who are hurt by those groups need to in order to support you, understand exactly how you feel. And if you don't come out and blatantly say it, then it's just like, yeah, all Donald Trump said, I disavow white. Yeah. And then a few days, like a couple days later, he came out and he's like, I disavow these groups. Yes, I don't want anything to do with them, blah, 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 blah. And then that one thing when he said the Proud Boys need to stand down and stand by. And I'm like, what are you doing? You can't say that as what? No. They have nothing to do with you. Why are you? It's like you stand down, okay, and then stand by. And then like he's just being like antagonizing just to be that way. And it's very interesting. And I saw it a lot in Kyrie, this skirting around the message, skirting around the answer. It's like, if you want to dance around it, okay, dude, dance around it. Don't just come out and say you're anti-Semitic. Like, do you hold anti-Semitic beliefs? No or yes? Do you hold those feelings? And he's like, well, if you knew me, you would know the answer to that question. No, dude, we don't know you. Hello, we don't know you. We don't know. You seem like a very nice person. You also hold some crazy beliefs. You said the earth might be flat. I don't know. That's what they tell us. I don't know. Do you understand how big he's just a conspiracy person. He loves conspiracies. He likes to think he knows things that other people don't know. Hey, Kyrie, have you ever heard of Bigfoot? Do you want to just talk about that instead of races of people? Because whenever you start talking about race, it could get you can get tripped up in there. Let's stay away from whose race is the chosen one or whose kind of people are the chosen ones. Again, all of that might not be real. There are people who don't believe in God. So you can't lump your entire belief system around religion. You have to have things outside of it. In order to be like, everything can't be about it. You can't have one. There are gray areas in the world. You can't have a hard and strict rule. Like killing someone is against the law unless they're attacking you. You know? So it's like, well, killing someone is bad, but not in all circumstances. There are different. I'm just at like, I don't know, when some people don't think of things rationally, they just have this knee-jerk reaction to events in the world. And it's just like, see, they're out to get Kyrie. They're out to get him. As soon as Kanye started mentioning Jews, the Jewish people behind the scenes pulled all of his deals. And I'm like, Adidas is German. What? If anyone's going to be for your beliefs, it'd be that, are they old school Germans or like, new? They want to disassociate themselves with anything. If their athletes even say the word Jew, they're just like, I. Like, what do you? And then there's another conspiracy theory that Kanye West wanted out of those deals so he can manufacture and produce his own stuff anyway. And so he said all this racist stuff. I'm like, well, then no one's going to, what? It's like, well, the people who are going to rock with me are going to rock with me. And they're going to buy my stuff. I'm like, no. I don't think that's how that works. You can't just say a whole bunch of racist things and then get out of all your deals. And then in a few years, like, maybe? I don't know. They both seem nice. They both seem kind. But they just don't seem like they want to be these intellectuals, it seems. And it's just when you're going too far and you're stating something as fact, and it's just something that dealt with a religious crusade or whatever thousands of years ago, when we can't even, like, we've been studying the weather for like 100, 200 years, keeping track of it. And it's, well, if we don't even know what the weather was like 500 years ago, we can kind of get an estimate through the ice, but we don't know the actual temperatures. We don't have data. There's some old dude, in Alaska taking snowfall. I watched a 45-minute video on him. How much snowfall every day and blah, blah, blah. Keeping track. He's just a lonely old dude out in the woods, keeping track of all the snowfall. And I'm like, why can't we just have a machine that does that? Why does he have to sacrifice? He's like, he likes it being out there. So he must have been married to a woman. That's all I'm saying. She made plans. She made plans at the last minute, changed them. And then he had nothing to do with it. He wanted nothing to do with it anymore. And I completely understand his stance. I completely understand it. I get it. Sometimes you have to, go out in the woods. Like, I don't know. It's fascinating. Let's look at the news. So I haven't read this yet. 3 things you should do as soon as you wake up to feel alert throughout the day, according to Stanford neuroscientist. Stanford neuroscience Andrew Huberman. On a special episode of YouTube series After School spelled SKOOL. So either someone else had the trademark or you're just trying to be dumb. Get outside as early as you can. Huberman is also the host of a science podcast, Huberman Lab, and says getting good quality sleep is the most important thing you can do to feel at your best at all times. He said setting up yourself for a great sleep cycle begins right when you wake up. The best thing to do is give your day a jump start. According to Huberman, is going outside within the first hour of waking up at least 5 to 10 minutes in order to activate your body's natural boost of chemical called cortisol. Every 24 hours, you're going to get a healthy boost of cortisol. It sets the rhythm of your temperature rhythm motion. It sets the rhythm of your temperature rhythm motion. That's a weird sentence. It sets your level of alertness as well as your level of focus and your mood. You want to boost you want that boost in cortisol to happen as early in the day as possible, he said. About 16 hours after this boost in cortisol, your body will begin to release melatonin, which will help you fall asleep. And according to Huberman, delay your morning caffeine. Huberman said another way you can feel more alert throughout the day is to wait about an hour to 90 minutes after you wake up to consume caffeine, rather than having it right away. When we feel sleepy, he said, it's because of a chemical called adenosine, builds up in your brain and tells your body to go to sleep. He said caffeine blocks adenosine from activating in the brain. If you wake up in the morning, quote, if you wake up in the morning and you didn't sleep quite as much as you would have liked, you're still sleepy. That means you still have a buildup of adenosine in your system. In fact, you know what? I want to know how to say this word. Keep saying it all stupid like I normally do. Reading and spelling is not my strength. Addison. Can I click on where's the speech word or whatever? Pronunciation. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Of course, the volume's low. Adenosine. Adenosine. Okay. Adenosine. Okay. I'm a third grader. Got it. Adenosine. Now reading this article might be better. Adenosine. That means you still have a buildup of adenosine in your system, he says. He explains that if you immediately reach for caffeine, you suppress the action of adenosine, and you will be more alert. You suppress the action of adenosine, and you will be more alert. And then guess what happens? The caffeine wears off, and the adenosine binds to the receptors with greater affinity, and you have your afternoon crash. Makes sense. If you're used to having coffee immediately when you wake up, and waiting that long to consume caffeine seems too daunting, Huberman said you can start slowly by moving the amount of time back by 15 minutes a day. Okay. Increase your core body temperature. Our body temperature naturally rises right before we wake up until the middle of the day, and then falls to its lowest point in the middle of the night, according to Huberman. The goal here is to increase, quote, the goal here is to increase the body temperature in order to be awake, and to decrease the body temperature in order to be asleep, he said. Exercising in the morning is a great way to raise your internal body temperature, he said, as well as taking a cold shower or bath. When the surface of your body is cold, your internal temperature will rise to compensate. He added that your body and brain will also release... Oh, wait, hold on. Your body will release... Adenosine. Let's see. Rise, blah, 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 blah. Will release adrenaline and... Wait, hold on. Where was I? I lost my place. Exercising in the morning is a great way to increase... That's what I already read that. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? When the surface of your body is cold, your internal temperature will rise to compensate. He added that your body and brain will also release adrenaline and dopamine, I know those two words, when you're exposed to cold water, and continue to release them hours after you're out of the water. When you combine light exercise, cold water exposure in the morning, you create, this is in quote, you are creating summer in your body. Summer? Like a white boy summer in your body? How dare you? So those are three things. So increase your body temperature. So work out in the morning, basically. Delay your morning caffeine. And get outside as early as you can. So get outside and run. Get outside and exercise, basically, right? And then work out for like an hour. Come back. Give your caffeine. You fall asleep pretty good. All right. I can't believe Giselle and Tom Brady broke up. I just can't believe it. It's flabbergasted. There's a Yahoo Life article. Giselle has reportedly lived her own life for years before filing for divorce from Tom Brady. This selfish woman. This man is doing great things in his sport. He will always be remembered as the greatest quarterback of all time. She has a problem with him. This is what I'm saying. Women are never... This is the same thing with my wife. Women are never happy with anything in their lives. They're never happy. This man has a part-time... Being a football player is a part-time gig. He's a part-time job. His full-time job is to stay in shape and to not be hurt. His part-time job is going out in the field and playing, it was 15, 16, now 17 games a year. Okay? NFL season length. NFL season length. It's 18 weeks because of the bye week. This is what I'm losing my mind. NFL regular season consists of 272 games across 18 weeks, obviously one game a week. The odd number of games, the regular season would take 18 weeks to complete because it starts in what? August? Let me look at my calendar here. My calendar app. I've never can I just go to the calendar? Can you show me a calendar? Computer. Good Lord. So the stock starts in August. So it's 4, 8, 12, 6. So it ends in like November-ish. So you can't deal for like August, September, October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months? It's like 6 months? When's the Super Bowl? And even then, it might not, because he might not even be in the Super Bowl. This is insane. I'm looking at the Super Bowl date. 2023. February. It ends in February. August to February. He has a part-time gig that is very beneficial. You want to go to games? You want to go travel around the country? You can go. What is going on? This selfish broad. It's not like he's a backup. It's not like he's going to be... They're never happy with anything. If you're a stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home wife, the husband will usually never resent you for not working. Stay at home, take care of the house. Fine, I'll go out and work, no problem. I'm happy to get out of the house. If you're a stay-at-home dad and the wife works, what are you doing, you bum? What are you doing? So this man has a part-time gig. He's living his dream. And you dislike him. You want to get rid of someone who's living his dream and he's working. He's not going to be able to do this forever. And you don't want to stick around? He won a Super Bowl 2 years ago, lady. And now a Super Bowl, oh my God. You know, when they first won the Super Bowl, she was, oh my God, I'm hugging him, blah, 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 blah. But now it's not as cool anymore, is it? Because he has 5. You don't care. Because what she had to do for work her whole life was to put makeup on and walk around in clothes. That's her job. Her job is to stay skinny and fit. You know what Tom's job is? Also that. He has to take care of his body. But then he has to actually go do something. He has to perform against the most elite athletes possibly on the planet who can run full speed at him and hit him right in his chest. Not too hard, though. Not too hard. Not anymore. But he played, 20 years ago when you could actually hit the quarterback. If you hit him too hard, throw him down a little too rough, then it's a penalty. But you could still destroy him if you wanted to. Which I protect all the players. Protect them all. If it hits a little too hard, you'd be like, a little too much. You could have tackled him differently. We have to protect our players somewhat. It's going to suck if all of the entire roster is mostly third stringers. We have to put on a good product here. If a wide receiver is going over the middle, let's just bring him down. Let's just make sure, without taking his head off, bring him down to the ground. I just can't believe it. If that's the issue, if the issue for her is he's gone, he's not there, this is ridiculous. This is like the WNBA players complaining about their salary, and you look into it and you find out that they're getting paid more than the NBA players, and that because their league's only 20 something years old, and when the NBA was 20 something years old, they were taking buses to their games. They had second jobs. They were getting paid like in the WNBA is your part-time gig. Your real gig is the overseas stuff where you get paid 2 to 3 to 4 times as much, especially in sponsorships. Like what it's like, "Oh my god, Giselle just wants her husband at home. What is she what's going on?" He works 7 months out of the year. If he goes to the Super Bowl, which last year he didn't, you got him home early. What are you complaining about? I don't. They're never happy. They're never happy. If you work all the time, they complain about working. If you work part-time, they say you don't have a real job and you're not working full-time. You don't have a job, you need to get out there and work. Well, what is it? What is your problem? I think their problem is internal. And they say men run the world. Not true. Not true. Mostly everything we do is to impress a woman. Most men just want our goal in life is to find a woman that we're attracted to, whatever type that is. Find a woman that's attractive and who's fun to be around and who wants to stay with us. That's all we want. And do you know what women want? Everything. Everything. If you're dating them, they want to get engaged. If you're engaged, they want to get married. If you're married, they want to retire. But you're also going to be working at the same time. If you're married, you got to be doing something. What are we doing? What are our goals? What are we doing? What are we moving? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Blah, 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 blah. What are we going to do today? What are we going to do tomorrow? Is tomorrow going to help us what we do next week? Blah, 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 blah. Can I just calm down? Our bills are paid, right? Then let's pump the brakes here. We enjoy each other's company. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Let's just calm down. Okay. Calm down. We don't need to get into all of this. We don't need these problems. Okay? I understand. It annoys me that I see these stories about how problematic men are, how much of an issue we are. Trying to take over the world. You got to control everything. Going to be average billion. No, that's a small percentage of men. Most of us just want to relax. Well, and then the women don't want those men. They want the rich billionaires. One of my favorite stories is Jeff Bezos' billionaire ex-wife married a teacher. I just want a normal guy, and divorced months later. It's like, oh, you don't want what kind of guy? Oh, what kind of guy? Did he quit his $40,000 a year job and wanted to just hang out with his billionaire wife? Yeah, someone who he loved and probably loved and cared about. And then you just were like, oh, I don't want some guy who doesn't work because I'm used to married to Jeff Bezos who always worked. And then you get the other extreme of some guy that doesn't work. I want him to work when when I have something planned, when I want to go on vacation, I want him to have the days off. Okay, well then date a guy who doesn't work. But I don't want him to do nothing. You can't have it. You can't have both. You want everything all at once. What's going on here? And this is how men grow up to resent women, when they don't have a sense of humor about this and they take it seriously. Most of us will just, I'll put up with it. I don't. You're insane. You're insane. No problem. You're still attractive. We'll deal with you. Unbelievable. The last thing I want to talk about. I've never even heard of this guy. Tyson Foods CFO arrested after authorities say he fell asleep in wrong house. I don't understand how these people get themselves into predicaments like this. You're a CFO of Tyson Foods. So you're a millionaire, right? You're a millionaire. What were you doing? I've never been this tired. Like, unless people experience just normal human emotions differently. Like, if you're tired, some people like sleepwalking. Never experienced it. Wouldn't know it was real unless it's been documented. Unless it was, I wouldn't even believe it. Yeah, people get up and walk around and they're well, then I'm not asleep. Asleep means still. You're not, that's what that means. But I don't get how someone can. I can't even read this article. As Giants chairman was arrested over the weekend after authorities said he fell asleep in the wrong house. 32-year-old was found asleep in a woman's bed at her home in Arkansas on Sunday morning, according to a preliminary arrest report filed by this police department. He was arrested for criminal trespass and public intoxication. Oh, so he was drunk, according to a report. I've never been that drunk either, where you don't know where you lived, unless it was one of those housing development places where they copy and paste all the houses and they all look identical, which is disgusting, which is where my dad moved in. Just the same cookie cutter, just click, 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 click. How many houses can we build and make the most money out of this area? That's all the same. So these contractors don't mess it up. Just the same house. And then the next house is just the same thing, but rotated, just flipped. Same thing, same layout, just flipped. No personality, no nothing, no. Oh, okay, cool. How'd you walk in? Well, my house looks exactly the same as all of my neighbors. These dozens and dozens of we're all the same. You can't paint your house to look different either. There has to be a certain code, and then HOA, you have to pay us money, which is another rent, basically. It's insane. Anyways, I was gonna go over my the movies that I watched. I watched Solace. Sorry, I can't even pronounce that. Solace with Anthony Hopkins, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Abby Cornish. Good movie. It also has Colin Farrell in it. He's the bad guy. But it's I'm going to give a quick overview. It's this Anthony Hopkins character. He has psychic abilities like premonitions, and he's an FBI investigator. So he gets these things periodically that help him figure out the it's like a serial killer. Oh, look at that. My light went off. My light. Give me a second. Let me turn it back on. There you go. Turn it back on. Everything's fine now. That light is a screensaver from my Xbox. So it's a lot of light. It's good. It's real dark and gloomy here, okay? Get off my back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Solace. So the premonitions, he has to predict what the serial killer is going to do, but then you find out that the serial killer also has premonitions. Ooh. And that ensues. Life After Beth, I saw. It has who are these actresses? Why is it not? Aubrey Plaza, Dane DeHaan, and John C. Reilly. Good movie. It's a quick overview. I want to get more into detail because both these movies. It's funny if you want to laugh. It's a good movie. This guy, college kid, high school kid's girlfriend dies and then comes back to life, and they don't know why. She digs herself up out of the grave, and they find out. And of course, they find out why this is happening, what's going on, whatever. And it's just this funny thing of this guy being depressed for like a few weeks. His girl's dead, and then he sees her alive, and then they don't tell her that she's dead because they think she's gonna freak out. She seems normal at first, and then she starts like losing her shit. It's funny. And then Aubrey Plaza is hilarious. So it's a good movie. Night Hunter is a movie I really, really liked with Henry Cavill, Ben Kingsley, and Alexandria Daddario. I think she might be one of my favorite actresses now. Not because she's hot, but because she's really good in this movie. The hotness helps, but she's really good. They go after pedophiles. And Ben Kingsley, he goes after pedophiles. And then by taking this girl in her 20s, dressing her up as I think he found her, like she was, I think, victimized by one of these people, and then he found her. This is like a pre the movie anyway. found her, and then like the opening scene. How would I? I'm all over the place right now trying to describe this movie. Henry Cavill's a police officer who goes after people who kidnap women and go after girls and stuff like that. And then Alexandra Daddario is his like partner. And there's some stuff like behind the scenes that she might have been his therapist, and that they might have had a relationship, but they don't actually go over any of this stuff. It's very interesting. And then so it's interesting how they don't explain it, because you're like, there's something going on there, but I don't know, because you're only getting bits and pieces of the story of the character's backstory. But there's some weird serial killer, kidnapper, rapist that's on the loose. Henry Cavill has to find him, and then Ben Kingsley, he has this relationship with a young woman. He's a former judge, and he would release. He was very sympathetic to all these people, and he had released a lot of people from jail for these crimes, and they would go back out, and after like they'd spend 10, 15 years in jail, these offenders, and they'd go, it's like 80 something percent reoffend. And so he feels this immense guilt. So he's like, screw it. The justice system doesn't work. So he found one of these girls, and he teamed up with her, and now they go out and hunt pedophiles basically. And they castrate them, chop their balls off, take their money, and divide the money up evenly between all of the victims. And the police kind of know, they suspect he's doing this, but they don't. But then they have to team up. His girl gets kidnapped. The girl he's working with gets kidnapped, and then they have to find her. And then then the psycho goes crazy on the police force, and you don't know who the serial killer is. It could be this person, it could be that person. And they find the serial killer, and he has multiple personalities and all this weird stuff. So it's a good watch. And then I think that was it. Those movies, right? Life After Beth, Solace. Oh, Don't Worry, Darling. That was on HBO. Oh yeah, Solace was on what? Amazon, I think. Yeah, Solace is on Amazon. Life After Beth is on HBO, and then Night Hunter was on Amazon, I believe. But Don't Worry, Darling is it's okay. The acting in it is good. It's this couple. They live in this weird town out in the middle of the desert. No one can leave. The men work on like a secret project changing the world. Everything's like 1950s, 1960s. All the cars are old, and they live in this like suburban community, and they can't leave it. And then this one lady it's a lie. It's not. They're trying to control whatever. And then the main character, Miss Flo, what's her name? Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, and Chris Pine. Chris Pine is like the main bad guy. He's the one running this whole suburban community. And it's like, and the men can't even talk about their jobs. They're working on nuclear fusion. You know, we can't talk about it. It might be weapons. It might be whatever. There's a real hush hush, and it's like, don't leave past whatever. Don't go out there. And then it comes. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's this weird mystery but the mystery is not that big. Like, it's like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, but a big twist. Oh, what a. It's like, oh, he's been dead. It's not a he's been dead the whole time kind of twist. It's just real. It's real interesting. There's a bunch of places the movie could have went, but then didn't. Florence Pugh is amazing actress, incredibly attractive, and just good at pretty much anything she does. Olivia Wilde's in it. I always loved her, but as an actress, a lot of stuff has come out where I'm like, oh, that seems suspicious. She seems like a little bit of a two-faced person. That seems, I don't know about that, but again, don't know her. She could be great. I don't know. But the movie was just okay. It was just okay. I don't know. Not that. Would I recommend it? There'd be a lot of other movies I'd recommend before. I'd have to know the person. going a little too much into detail right now, but I'd have to know the person. Anyways, that's been another episode of the Chase Carter Concept Podcast. I appreciate anyone who watched and listened. And I'll talk to you next week. All right.
You got this shit knocking low.